What is going on, everybody in the tuning world? Welcome back to the number one tired live show. Actually, maybe it's the number two live show on Thursday nights if Sloppy Mechanics decides to try and compete with us again. What's going on, Stefan? Down there, what's going on? Oh. It's been a long day. Long day. Yeah, I'm telling you, I am 1000% beat. What up, Brad? What up? I am not wired. I am deliriously tired, Snow. Long day. Today was the first day of class. I am teaching class again. Hey, Mike. Teaching class again. Oh, my back hurts. I'm getting old. Hey, Farron. Mike switched to E85. Run that sweet corn juice. What up, funny? Have I done anything this week? Nope. Hey, Chris. Hey. I've not done anything this week. Worked. 7. Had surgery on Tuesday. Hey, Dwayne. 7, my special little girl, my little mutt, had surgery for cancer on Tuesday. It all went well. Waiting on biopsies to come back, but she's recovering rather nicely. I don't know if I put any recovery pictures online of her, but she's doing good. We're just trying to keep her from licking her wounds now. What up, Andrew? How's it going down under? So, we know Mike switched to E85. What's everybody else done? Anybody done anything? Anything? Oh, thanks, funny. I appreciate it, man. After the year that I've had, if I lost that dog, I don't know. It'd be ugly. I'll just say that. It'd be ugly. You know, I want to say I've been lazy, but I haven't slept well. Obviously didn't sleep well up until Tuesday whenever they had the surgery. And then we got to bring her home Tuesday, surprisingly. And didn't sleep well at all Tuesday night. Bingo, man. Lambda is life. Oh, I did do something this week. I have hired an architect and am looking for a general contractor to build a detached garage so we can expand the garage. Finally. Silly LM7 does not like doing any tuning with a 3-bar, but these tunes awesome with the 1-bar. You think it's just the resolution shift? Oh, Farron, I need to look at your stuff. I've got your email. I will take a look at it. It's just been crazy. So, yes, we are finally, and I'll tell you what prompted this is storage around here is astronomical, and I got a letter the other day saying that the unit that the Smoke Monster is in, that I store that car, is going up to over $300 a month. Can you believe that? And then my buddy Justin, being the smart ass that he is, calls his local storage place a bigger unit, $140, I think. I'm just like, man, if you didn't live an hour away, I'd just bring all my stuff down to your area. But we've been needing to do it. I either was going to have to move, which I didn't want to do because I love where I live, or I was going to have to build a detached garage. So, what up, KR? How's your week going? All in all, having a great week. So, got an architect locked down. He's coming out next week. I think the contractor's coming out next week to give me a bid. What up, Jonathan? Yeah, I'm sure you would. Chris, probably just going to do 30 by 30. I've got restrictions on how big a garage I can build anyways. It's going to be, the big thing is it's going to be tall enough. I'm going to do a 4-post and a 2-post. How you like, which one did you get, Mike? And how are you liking it? So I want to do a 4-post to store stuff over there in one side, and then a 2-post to work, and then have enough room for all my tools and stuff, and do a bathroom. And I'm going to be doing, I don't know how many people are actually going to be interested in this. I'm going to be doing a series of videos here on Alien Tech's Kest 3. I don't know if you guys follow that stuff. It's kind of like super nerdy tier level tuning. All-wheel drive dyno. Nah, maybe a hub dyno. Josh, have you tried a 2-bar instead of a 3-bar? There is a plethora of map sensors out there to try. You're correct, Chris. It does pack getting fast. Hey, Joe. What is that? What is what? Oh, the Kest 3. It is... So a Kest 3 is an interface that will pull bin files. It pulls a bin file. It works with tens of thousands of vehicles. Cars, trucks, semis, tractors, boats. It works with almost everything. Snow, there's an all-wheel drive dyno right down the road from me at 6-Star Performance. Those guys are cool if they're looking for a place. They'll rent it out, no problem. So, they're Subaru guys, but I've talked to them multiple times, and they rent it out. Their prices are fairly cheap. 6-Star Performance. Let me see if I can find their website. 6-Star, yeah. It's in McKees Rocks. I would try a 2-bar, Josh, just for now. I mean, they're cheap enough. Try a 2-bar, see how it does. That'll get you up to 15 pounds. And then, if you have issues, they have 2.5 bars out there. If you search hard enough, you don't have to go straight to 3-bar. But honestly, if you're having issues with 3-bar, have you tried a different 3-bar yet? What up, Turbo Sierra? So yeah, this thing is, and I'll tell you this, it's price is not, it's prohibitive for just average guys. You've got to be tuning a lot of cars, and then a lot of guys that are doing keeping factory ECUs in Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff like that use this. But it works with everything, like darn near everything. To do OBD tuning, and not every platform supported with OBD. It also does bench and boot tuning, which is very, very, you got to take the lid off and hook up to wires to do boot tuning. To do OBD tuning for cars and light commercial vehicles, which is like trucks, Duramaxes and Power Strokes and stuff, I think it's $3,500 for the unit, and that doesn't include any tuning software. But it is a bin file, so technically you can tune it with any software that supports a bin, but you'd have to have a definition file. It's a super goofy world, and the guys that are into it are like super into it. So as I said, I don't know how much. I'll do a couple videos on it, and you guys can give me feedback if you'd like to learn more about it. But it's not for everybody by any means, and it's not something that I'm going to really be tuning with. Don't get that in your head. Got your RAM mount with the seatmate. Thanks. Maggie came with an LS9 2-bar, but no info to put it in the tune. Took me a while to find the settings to make it work. What up, Josh? Would a ported intake require the VE table to be adjusted? Yes, it would. Anything that could potentially affect airflow, Josh, is going to require the VE table to be touched. Now, a ported intake may not require the MAF table really to be done. You might pick up a couple cells beyond what you've gotten in the past, but everything down low should be the same as long as nothing changes on your intake sizing. You know, that's the way the mass airflow works. But, you know, if you're looking at anything that affects airflow, or as Bill says, that adds power, which is airflow, you know, equates to power, it's going to require a tune. There's seldom mods that you can do that don't require tune. And even like the cold air intakes that say that they don't require tune because the cross section of it is the same size as the factory cold air intake. Whereas the cold air intakes that do require tune generally are a bigger tube. And so that's, once that cross section changes, that's whenever you got to get in there and tune it. So just be aware of that. Just seeing who I'm competing with tonight. What's the Street Racing Channel doing? Oh, they're just doing Premiere. That doesn't count. Making sure Sloppy's not trying to take over my live show day. Yeah, no problem, Josh. What does they do? I'm just going to start calling you De La Soul because the Zue De La Soul. De La Soul. What up, De La Soul? How far can you take your mass airflow before you have to go speed density? Depends on the platform. If you're using a card style mass airflow, it's going to be dependent on the max airflow limit of whatever ECU that you're on. Some ECUs have fairly low airflow limits for the mass airflow. Some have super high ones, and you can run well over 1,000 horsepower on them. Probably over 2,000. I mean, there's some simple math that you could probably do. The mass airflow's reading in pounds per hour of air for 8 cylinders. Take that number, divide it by 8. You get your individual cylinder amount, and you can use that to get your fuel. And it all ends up coming together for an idea of how much power you can make. It's all math on the backside, you know. It's kind of what I was talking about on that software dyno stuff. It's all math on the backside. Anybody going to PRI this year? Put your hands up. Anybody going to PRI? Like my dance moves? Will my engine have to be completely retuned when I lower? Oh, yeah. If you lower the compression, man, you're changing so much. Wife wants AC fixed before I build my... Yeah. yeah. But, yeah, you're... So, being that an engine's just an air pump, and as I said, air is power, lowering your compression ratio changes the efficiency of the air pump. And... for sure. PRI is the SEMA for race only. So, it's like SEMA without all the BS. I got my registration filled out earlier today. to go to PRI. I'm anxious to go again. I didn't get to spend much time there last year because I just literally got done with brain surgery. But the cool thing about it is that you get a chance to see things before they come out. And I'm going to do my darndest to do a lot more videos this year. So I'm working on getting a good interview set up, bundled up in a backpack where I can go set up a tripod and talk to some people. Oh, Josh, thanks. The Typhoon is not awesome. The Typhoon is absolutely atrocious. I hate it. And I wish it would disappear. I wish I would go down to storage and it was gone and there was a pile of money in its place. Sounds good, Justin. Let me know. So I'm anxious to see if there's any new technology coming out. Oh, bro, do you want to trade? I was literally talking to Justin about trading the Typhoon for a T-Type. That's so funny. That's the one car that I would trade the Typhoon for. If I stumbled across a very nice white T-Type that somebody wanted to trade for, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Well, and so still got issues. 90% of the issues have been sorted out on the 90% of the issues have been sorted out on the Typhoon. So it's almost there. It'll get there. What are you looking for, KR? Somebody surely can point you in the right direction amongst all of us yahoos. Oddly enough, I think I was even searching for a T-Type and I bought the Typhoon instead. Listen, I love the Typhoon, looks amazing. They're such cool vehicles. I'm just so over that 4.3 liter. I'm so over it. I'm just ready for it to be done. It overheated and it almost looked like a blown head gasket. I don't think it is. I think that it was overheated and there's just crap in the block in the radiator. I need to flush them and test it to see if it's actually got a blown head gasket on it. But the engine bay is just so small. There's no way to get fresh air in there. I broke down today and decided I'm going to have to relocate the battery to the back so I can build a cold air intake or cool air intake to put it in to the fender. Well, Josh, here's the thing. A T-Type, I wouldn't feel bad about putting an LS into. I feel somewhat bad about doing something like that to a Typhoon. Because they are just super rare. They're so stinking rare. It's almost a shame to go away from the platform. Part of me is like, I should have left it stock. But I mean, come on, we don't leave anything around here stock. So, well, it's like I was telling Justin the other day. They made less T-Types than they made Grand Nationals. They made more Grand Nationals than T-Types. Most people wouldn't believe you if you told them that, but it's the truth. Look at the production numbers. Like 10, 15, maybe even 20,000 more Grand Nationals than T-Types. Of course, Jordan. Thanks for stopping by and jumping on a live show, man. Yeah, it's just Cyclone is even worse. There's only like what 1,500 Cyclones out there. If you want to put an LS in an S10, put an LS in an S10. Don't put it in a Cyclone. Like there's S10s and two-door Blazers out there that you can do that stuff to. Like, I don't know. And I'm not a purist. The funny thing was, though, I did see a guy the other day post that he was going to put a twin-turbo Coyote in a Cyclone. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. There's no way. I've worked in that engine bay. You're not fitting a twin-turbo Coyote in there unless half of it's hanging out of the hood. It just will not fit in that engine bay. Those things are huge. Yeah. Kind of playing middleman between a truck and a real tuner. Still in training. Don't have my big girl pants on yet. This is me paraphrasing. I've got my big girl pants on. Trying to get a good log. Fuel trims are offset 30% positive. So you're 30% rich. Is that on short terms or long terms, KR? I have not seen the GTR powered Grand National. I'll have to look that up. Oh, Bill, the Stereon would be another one. They're for something about that. They're just such good looking cars. Got that Gen 3 P01 ECU flashback to stock with stock file, then upgraded 2-bar OS. Oh yeah, awesome. Did you have to, hey, Andrew, did you have to pony up the cash for more credits to flash it back to stock? Oh, yeah, P01 probably had a real-time tuning SD on it. Check for an exhaust leak. Wouldn't be an exhaust leak unless it were 30% lean. New O2 sensor, 30% rich. KR, shoot me a log, and I'll take a look at it. Because I'll have some more questions about possibly what's going on. Shoot me a log with your engine modifications, and I'll take a look at it next week. Anybody know where I can get a 3 or 4 bar map sensor for the 1.4 turbo? Well, so I don't know that you should be able to probably get a 3 bar that would work, Mike. Sorry, not Mark. But I don't know that you're going to find a 4 bar that's going to work plug and play. Now, any map sensor will work. I mean, you can go out there and get it. Surely they got, what, they got 7 bar map sensors? Yeah, there you go. You can go out there and get a 7 bar map sensor, and it'll work as long as you get the wires correct. So, whew. And as long as they have good data. It's just power, ground, and signal. It's figuring out which one is which. Seven bar map sensors. That's 100 PSI. 100 PSI. If you need a 100 PSI map sensor. Yeah, I just don't know enough about the 1.4s. Exactly. That's all that you're basically probably buying is a 100 PSI pressure sensor. Decided you want to go that route, let me know. I can get you a decent deal on one from Nitrous Express. Oh, Jonathan, what are you doing? What are you doing? If your MAF is hooked up during VVE tuning, can I use the grams per second data to create a base point for the MAF curve? What are you trying to do? You trying to create a new MAF curve from scratch? Theoretically, you could. Yeah, but where it's not using it, but it's still logged. But what are you trying to do? I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to do here. Why would you? I don't understand. Are you trying? Are you trying to tune both at the same time? Josh, I'm guessing that's a little bit better fuel mileage than the old smoke monster gets with the Power Glide and 411 rear gear. Cruising down the interstate at 3,000 RPMs at like 60 miles an hour. Overheating the whole time. I did get the new transmission. I did go pick it up last Friday. Actually, I did a video on it. It's not out yet. It's out, but it's not out yet. It'll be out soon. Then tell me what you're trying to do, Jonathan. Explain to me your thought process so I can get in the head of Jonathan. Jonathan, this is what I'm thinking. Rotating assemblies, EZP, diamond, forged pistons, Bob just forged everything. Forge. Oh yeah, who did I put in timeout? A couple, probably Jonathan. Jonathan, did I put you in timeout? Who did I put in timeout 2 weeks ago? And if it was you, say something so I know that you're no longer in timeout. Yeah, 700 R4. I don't know that thing would hold up to the old big block. I gotta be careful. I've got too many transmissions. Well, timeout's supposed to only last like 10 minutes. So it is supposed to expire. It is a temporary ban. That's why I'm wondering if they are in here. I think it was Jonathan. I think I put Jonathan in timeout. Well, that's what I had in the Typhoon. It came with 700 R4. That I did the wise thing of putting a 4L60 in. I say it's good to 500. This one, the second 4L60. The first one I still need to send back to get fixed. Figure out what's wrong with it. You too, Brad. We'll talk to you later, brother. I don't think that the 200 R4s are that bad, are they? Sorry. I guess I'll have to go back and watch the live show to see who I put on timeout. I couldn't find it anywhere. He doesn't show up in any lists. Setting up 6.0 with the S475 with stock intake. Where can I get boost reference from? Dude, I would just tap and screw the back of it. Just put a fitting on there and go from there. Let me check hidden users. I do have a couple of hidden users on here. Nope. These are just people that were asshats that got banned. Oh, 187 Customs. Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. Of course I watch 187 Customs. Sean's my boy. Yeah, turbo glides. Most of those guys are using turbo glides, man. Just turbo 400s with a revised gear set to make them 2 speeds. The housing is a little bit different, and so it gives them more opportunities to run different gear, like a bunch of different gear combinations or something. I don't know. Math frequency is logged even when in SD only. Is there a way to use any PIDs during logging for SD to get an idea of what my math curve is going to be? Yeah, I mean, just log. No. I mean, yeah, if the frequency is logged, just log volumetric airflow versus frequency. It'll be the same. Or dynamic airflow for that matter. If you have the math failed, the math has failed, the DTC is on, log dynamic airflow versus math frequency, and it will populate a math table for you. And sorry about the week before last whenever I put you in timeout, Jonathan. I felt so bad because I couldn't figure out how to take you out of timeout. No, Mike, you're fine. Andrew's over here asking you questions, bro. Just keep on answering them. Well, the big thing with my setup, Josh, was that the transfer case with the Typhoon will only work on a 700 R4 R4 L60 and retain the same drive shafts, because if you go to a 4L80, you have to run an adapter to get the transfer case to work, and then you have to cut the drive shaft down. And honestly, 4L80s, they're great transmissions. They're awesome. Super awesome 4-speed transmissions. Man, they're just so huge. Wait till you see the new Power Glide. It's pocket sized. Data Soul, no, I don't really do any in-person tuning. I have done some in-person tuning for select people. Specifically, there was a guy that I was doing a remote tune for, and his tune was so jacked up on a car that was so heavily modified that I had to go in person and take a look at it and figure out what was going on. Honestly, Snow, I do not know if it's the same one. I don't think it is as the Trailblazer SS. I'm guessing not. Because Trailblazer SS surely comes with 4L80, right? And it's specifically a bolt pattern thing on going to the 4L. Comes with 4L60? 4L65, okay. Hey, man, I learn something new every day. I love it. Let me look it up. Trailblazer SS transfer case. It might be. Is it viscous coupling? It looks a little different. But for the most part, it may be the same. Listen, the Typhoon has the Astrovan transfer case in it. Saying it's a MP120. That doesn't. Well, did they change, I wonder? Because this is all for 06, 07s, but I don't know enough about Trailblazer SS's. I am very happy with how the brake setup turned out. And surprisingly, the video where I talked about needing a tool to bleed them, after I cracked those things up and put a vacuum on them, that got enough air out of the ABS that the pedal was completely there. I took it out for a spin and had no brake issues whatsoever. And so the brakes, other than I haven't hit them hard enough to see if I need to adjust the proportioning valve or anything like that on it, but new process 120 is what everything I'm seeing is saying. But I thought all those were chain drives, not viscous. Yeah, MP120s are chain drives. I've rebuilt an MP120. They're not that complicated. Silver Surfer's awesome, man. Great information. No, that setup will not work on 15-inch wheels. It's specifically a 17-inch wheel. The rears might work on 15s, but the fronts will not. Well, dude, that's what I was going to do. I was going to go out and just smash on the brakes a couple times and get the ABS to cycle, but as I said, popping the top bleeders off, I know for a fact one of the sides, it pulled quite a bit of air out, even though it didn't seem to help pumping, which is weird. You're still pumping through that whenever the ABS is not on, but I'm guessing that those bleeders are on the top side of the solenoids. I don't know, but I did not have brake issues anymore. What's the 1372? Borg Warner. Ah, yeah, that's the one that's in the Typhoon. Yep. Astrovan, Safari, Cyclone, Typhoon, and Oldsmobile Bravada. So that one is a viscous coupler. No chain. But funny enough, and I'm going to tell this story real quick, and then we're going to call it a night because I got family over, but was having an issue with it vibrating. So I replaced the harmonic balancer with the factory style, which that helped, but it was still having an issue with it vibrating and couldn't figure out what was going on. I'm an idiot. What was happening is the trans controller was allowing it to shift into fourth gear too early, and the RPMs were dropping so low in fourth gear, the thing was just lugging the motor. Yeah, KR, as I said, just email me and I'll help you sort it out. So, as I said, I went in, changed the shift points. Thing drives great, except it gets too hot. And I understand why it gets too hot. It's drawing air from the engine bay. The engine bay of that thing is cramped. I got to figure out a way to get fresh air in there. Honestly, the intercooler setup, the factory intercooler setup on that thing is absolute junk. I don't see how it was I don't ever see how it was effective. So that's kind of, you live and you learn. That's why I'm saying it's like 90, I'll see 98% there, which could get downgraded to 80% as I replace more parts on the Typhoon. It's so close though. And it's scary fast for about 100 yards. So, okay, listen everybody. You guys know the drill. Thanks for everybody that's thrown a sweet, sweet like over there. I appreciate you. Jordan, thank you for joining. In fact, I'll tell you what. While I've got you guys on here for members, let's do this. Don't get too excited. We're not doing a drawing. We'll get back to doing drawings real soon. I promise you. I still got to get... Listen, the boxes are gone, but they're not. They're right here. So maybe I'll ship some stuff out this weekend. So I'm going to come in here, and I got a video. Okay, this one is unlisted. I'm going to make it members only for a couple days. And this is the new FTI transmission for the Smoke Monster. If you remember, that video is live right now. You can go watch it. It's not that long. It's like 6 minutes long. You can check out the new Power Glide. The Pocket Glide, as I'm going to start calling it. And you guys know the drill. Thanks for stopping by the garage. Remember, ABT, always be tuning. Yeah, boy! I can't find my mouse cursor.